The fire front shifted so fast, Ricky and the dozer drivers are now cut off.
Well, I don't know what's going on.
The flames intensify. It's a firestorm.
I think she's time to head for the hills, boys.
At the moment, I'm not real sure where the fire is. There's a bit of chatter on the radio.
Deep in the southwest of Tasmania, the mighty forests of the Huon Valley are on fire.
We've got to go through the middle of the burn, which I'm not really that keen on because there's a lot of big, dangerous trees out here.
Local logger Neil Bennett is hauling his digger straight towards the inferno in an attempt to halt the blaze.
Who's going to go up around here and chuck the digger off on the road and clean the existing fire trail up to try and stop the fire? Very nerve-wracking. Makes old guts turn, this does.
As the inferno spreads, hectare after hectare of bushland is destroyed, threatening lives, homes and businesses. For Adrian Bennett, fighting the fires is a life-threatening mission.
We're sending our crew out to try and stop the fire. Yeah, we're throwing them in some pretty dodgy places.
The Bennett brothers, Adrian and Neil, are fourth-generation loggers. Their family business employs up to 150 truck drivers and timber workers. But the huge fires are threatening to wipe out their livelihoods.
We're just trying to sort of minimise the loss of timber for the income of the valley. We've got something like 20-odd fires burning our resource, and it's also heading towards the townships now. And the dozers and the excavators are just trying to bust into it and put fire breaks and cut the fire off.
The dozers smash down vegetation and trees in the path of the fires to starve them of combustible material and contain the flames.
We're battling. My job for the last week or so, I've been on our little dozer, just going from firefront to firefront, just trying to cut it off.
The timber mill is also under threat.
There's a high risk to us. Lose machines, lose trucks. We haven't lost any structures yet down here, as of this morning, I think.
Look, here comes my dog.
At home on his farm, Neil's waiting on the fire department to call him to action.
With his moon dish on.
The father of two is on high alert.
Yo! Yep, no worries.
Daddy.
We're gonna go, my girl.
Neil has to scramble to help cut new fire breaks.
We're gonna be going fair through the middle of it, where it's burned up over the main tourist route.
The intense heat can destroy a truck in minutes. The lives of his family and neighbours are on the line. There's no guarantee that Neil will make it home.
Slowly working the way this smoke's laying across here. Wind's got it going pretty well, and we may have to boot scoot here in a minute. We're going up over the Blue Hills here now, and this piece is unburnt, but yeah, for how long we don't know. Like, it could go at any time.
Truckers like Neil are the lifeline for dozer drivers such as Jim Woodward.
Without the trucks, we cannot get machinery into jobs, and without them, we can't get out. Not fast enough.
You've got all the leaf litter, and as soon as it gets a bit of heat in it, got a eucalypt and that, they explode. It just goes off like a cannon.
Later.
Right, see that, thanks, Chris. Get down the road, thank you.
Breaking through the rampaging fire, Neil just makes it to the drop-off point, where fire crews are desperate for his cargo of heavy machinery.
Drop this digger off here, try and cut the fire off and coming back this way.
With every minute wasted, more forest burns to the ground. Neil's straight back in the cab to reload.
We're heading back, pick another 20-tonne excavator to run them out to the other side of the fire, just to, see what they can do out there.
But the relentless pace and boiling conditions are taking their toll on Neil's truck.
I've got something fire breaking, something in. I think she's got a blown turbo pipe. It's whistling.
To fix the truck, Neil returns to the muster point at the mill. The designated safety area is no longer safe.
Burnt all around this southwood site, which is one of our major sawmills that most of our timber goes to, and yeah, we're trying to protect it.
As the fire grows, the inferno threatens.
The fire's only just under the bank. Fire brigade around us, but yeah, I don't want to be sitting here too long. I thought she blew intercooler pipe. I've got to try and find the issue. Hopefully I can find it soon.
It's a deadly race to fix the truck.
Look out. The fire at the moment's nearly right round her. A lot of ash falling, a lot of hot embers. But there's only a little piece here where we're sitting that it hasn't burned yet, and they're working very hard on it to keep it that way.
If the fire continues on its current path, then the mill, vehicles and lives could all be lost.
There's a really cool pipe there coming out the road, and the fire's still lapping around us pretty well. Roger, D. We'll see how that goes. Replace the intercooler pipe. Hopefully that was the problem. It had a little bit of a hole in it, so...
The fire is rapidly closing in. Neil's cargo of heavy machinery is urgently needed to carve fire breaks into the bush.
Off we go.
Just be mindful, guys, the wind's picked up a little bit.
Yeah, she's a bit hot and smoky through here.
Minutes down the road, Neil discovers his truck's engine is still losing horsepower.
I didn't fix the right intercooler pipe. She's not right, I've got to have a bit more of an investigation.
With the engine struggling to pull his 30-ton load, he needs to fix it or risk being overrun by the fires.
We can only get up in the corner here a little bit, you know, instead of the big main feeder lines that go to Southwood down there on the ground.
Power lines brought down by the fire are blocking the road.
I didn't think it hit them with a really big axe, but we got told under no uncertain terms to cut them.
Waiting for the fire crew to disconnect the power, Neil seizes the opportunity to repair his truck.
Here's my problem. She blew the little compressor pipe off the compressor. I can poke my finger in it. So does that tell you that it's blown?
Neil and the fire crew have to work fast. If the wind changes direction, the fire could be on them in a flash.
Dodge up job. Gonna try and wrap some tape around this to keep it going until I get back home tonight and find the right piece. Get up on me, bastard. Alright, we'll see how that goes. See how long it lasts for.
The power lines are finally cleared, and not a moment too soon.
Yo!
Neil receives a desperate call from his brother Adrian. He's in trouble and in urgent need of rescue.
Up Swamp Road.
Up Swamp Road. I think it's getting a little bit warm up on the bank there for him, so we'll charge up and see if we can get hold of him.
He needs to floor it. Every second counts.
She's coming somewhere to fire, we're not real sure, but I think it's only over the back of this hill here.
Pulling a 5-metre wide, 30-ton load on narrow roads. One wrong move and it could be all over for Neil.
Got the old heart rate pumping a little bit. That corner's not. Slow down, slow down.
Neil gets as close to the fire front as he's permitted.
Sitting at the top of Swamp Road here, waiting for my brother to get back with his little dozer and make sure he doesn't catch light and burn in the process.
With the fire front closing in, Neil's brother Adrian has to escape, driving a dozer with a top speed of just 16 kilometres per hour.
They'll only walk so fast, you know, the flames will overtake them. You've got the float nearby, it's just on the back chains on and gone. You can get them out a lot quicker.
Adrian's safe for now, but the dozer is busted.
Just trying to track around a spot fire in there, and I've ended up breaking the tilt ram on the blade.
With every machine needed to fight the fires, they have to fix it fast. As the brothers race to repair, the radio brings distressing news.
It looks pretty thick. I can't see through it to see what's behind it.
One of their employees, Jim Woodward, is trapped, surrounded by multiple fire fronts.
Yeah, it's putting a lot of crews in, not in a good predicament. With most of the machine drivers here, they're mates as well, so.
Driver Greg Walker is closest to Jim's location.
And I don't know if we're going to be able to make it up in there or not, but if it gets too hot, we might have to turn around and head back out ourselves. But we'll go up there and we'll see if we can help him. Listening to on the radio then, they've got 90 km/h winds up there and fire heading towards them fast. So it's not looking good. Got the top of the quarry here, Michael. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get through. It looks pretty thick. I can't see through it to see what's behind it.
Where are you, Neil Bennett? Heading for him, Joel.
Just leaving southward.
Neil Bennett has little choice. He drives straight into smoke-choked forest to try and rescue his mate.
She's picked up a bit here, so we'll see how we go.
An emergency fire service vehicle suddenly blocks Neil's path.
Might be better backing out and going out that way.
Yeah.
It's too dangerous to continue.
No, the road's blocked down there in front of the fire's come up over it, so I've got to go back up here to spin my big float round.
Neil needs to take another road to get to Jim. And worse still, the radio's on the blink.
Where's Jimmy at?
Neil gets a lucky break. The smoke momentarily clears.
How far is Jimmy out, Mick?
He's a couple hundred metres down back and redrive from that intersection.
Come round your beach.
Miraculously, Jim and the dozer emerge from the burning forest.
If you're going to put it on quick. I don't like around here. As long as she's coming up that bank at us. Get her in third. Get her up on there. Right out.
There was a wind change. With that wind change, it put us in big danger. They actually had to drive through fire to get to us, which they did, got us out, made us safe, so we were lucky.
We're back down out of here now, dog. Jimmy's over on him. Managed to get up and get him out, so that's a bloody good plus. I'll have a smoke now.
Neil's joy is short-lived. The mill is burning.
The fire that was up on the hill behind us, before you know it, that'll be down here. Got real again.
Trucker Ricky Sutcliffe is driving into an inferno. rescuing the bulldozer drivers cutting essential fire breaks into the forest.
3 days just to move and no time. It's all happening now.
The rampaging fires are destroying homes and laying waste to the logging industry this region relies on.
We're just trying to sort of minimise the loss of timber for the income of the valley.
Logging brothers Neil and Adrian Bennett own one of the state's largest timber businesses. While they've been busy fighting the fires, another contractor's mill at Southwood has caught fire.
We lost a couple of sheds at Southwood yesterday. The main buildings are still standing, and we have heard we've lost eight houses. So it's not good. Things are getting pretty hairy.
The fires have already cost the Bennett brothers a whopping $400,000 in lost production, while they've been out fighting the flames.
And we're trying to stop it to come up on this other side. We've got a dozer up in there.
Yep.
They're working with some helicopters.
We're sending Rick and crew out to try and stop the fire, save our machinery. It's just moving that quick. We don't know where it's going or where it's going to finish.
Facing a dangerous, unpredictable fire front, Ricky relies on Harry Price, driving ahead in the safety car to spot danger.
Hey, Roger, mate. Yeah, you got concrete on the up that hill there, so you should get good traction.
Cutting fire breaks in the thick of the forest is life-threatening work.
Our job is to put in containment lines around the fire edge to contain the fire within them lines, and also access for the fire tankers to get in and extinguish the fire to the edge, try to keep it within them lines.
For the bulldozer drivers, so far, it's been a losing battle.
The wind's just been all over the place. It's just twists and turns of bloody fire. And one minute you're alongside the fire with the dozers, and the next minute it's coming at you. You get a containment line in, and the next minute the wind sends it in the opposite direction. So all that you've worked for, you've lost. Just suck it up and keep going, I guess. No one will give in. You can't.
The flames advance at a frightening pace. 3 bulldozer drivers send out an SOS. They need rescuing from the heart of the inferno. Ricky responds immediately.
Best I can say, hold on.
50700,
But in the chaos, his orders on where to go and who to rescue first keep changing.
There, Ricky.
Yeah, I got you.
Turn around.
What are we doing? Back to the quarry.
Yeah, mate, yeah. You have to find somewhere for you to turn, though.
Got to get up the thing first. Yeah, I'm coming up. I'm there coming.
Ricky needs to get back down to the quarry to rescue another dozer driver.
If we don't get these fellas out of this quarry, we won't be able to get back in here to get them. So we've got to get them out of here quick. Come on.
At the bottom of the hill, 2 carloads of tourists appear out of nowhere, driving straight into the danger zone.
Who in their right mind would want to come out here? Pull them up, mate. Send them out. Bloody idiots. Bloody tourists. Why the hell would you want to me up the bastards? Why would you want to come out into a fire?
Time is running out for the stranded drivers. Hot embers are leaping ahead of the main fire front.
Look up on the back there. You see where that fire was behind us was spotted. Spotted in 2 places there. And we get these blokes out of it while we can, while we can still get in here.
Ricky's beaten the fire front to the quarry. It's a race against the clock to get man and machine out of danger.
Run you down to Southwood and get you out of it. We'll just drop this one off and we'll just go straight back. Straight back and pick Charles up.
Ricky drops one dozer in the safe zone. But extreme heat forces the second driver to evacuate the quarry on his own. With a top speed of 16 kilometres per hour, the flames could overtake him within minutes.
Just sneaking back out here to get the second dozer now. Go and get Charles. It might be a little bit worse up here, so get in and out quick. We're here. Thank Christ. We're here in a safe zone, so... Hey, look at that. We're leaking my radiator. Bloody hot. Bloody stressful. Here's the cavalry's turned up. What have we got here?
With the fires continuing to ravage the forests, lives and homes are being threatened. For Ricky, there's no time to rest.
We've got to go out past all the burnt, try and cut it off coming down over the bank or something, I think. So we've got to get moving. She's pretty bloody steep, very hard pull.
The fire's not the only danger Ricky needs to be aware of.
Get these big trees, any of the bastards could be burnt to the point, and they could fall over at any time. The last thing we want is for something with about 50, 60 tonne to come and land on the roof. They could come down anywhere, anytime. Here we go, back up the bloody hill again. Still got a bit more steeper to go yet. She's been a bit hard on us. She's one of the biggest pools in Australia coming up here. Yeah, she's got it pretty well up in the temperature. Bit of skipping, bit of spinning, bit of lugging back to about 900 revs. Old girl, she done well. We're up on the top here now, so she hasn't done a bad job. Get out and unchain him so we can he can get to work.
The dozers begin to clear fire breaks, but high winds are forcing a fire front to the top of the mountain. Ricky needs to be ready to get the dozers out in a hurry.
Well, we've got to keep an eye on the wind and that, because if it changes, it can race this one here straight up the bank towards us, so we've got to go, we've got to go.
The fire's picked up speed, moving through the forest at over 10 kilometres an hour.
They've decided that there's too much fire activity going through the dozers, and they're pulling them out again.
The evacuation is too late. Within minutes, the flames are licking at the top of the mountain.
Very spooky, very eerie. Look at that wind. The wind's really picking up. If it keeps at that stage, it will start blowing embers.
The fire front shifted so fast, Ricky and the dozer drivers are now cut off.
I was told we was going to meet him here. Now he's saying they might be going to get us to try and go up over the top of the hill and pick him up the top of the hill there. But I don't know why, I don't know what's going on.
The flames intensify. It's a firestorm.
I think she's time to head for the hills, boys.
Look up here.
Trapped in a hellish inferno, truck driver Ricky Sutcliffe faces an ash tornado.
Watch out behind you. Look at it go.
Further up the hill is bulldozer driver Ernie Harvey. Fate unknown.
Want to drive up through that? Drive up there, pick that dozer up, have that wing spring round, blow it straight in the windscreen. They can stick that up their arse. I'm not going up there.
It's too risky for Ricky's large rig. A fire truck heads up to look for Ernie.
Well, their fire break they thought was successful wasn't. It's jumping.
Ricky prepares the trailer, hoping for Ernie and his dozer to emerge unscathed.
We just want to get it on and get it out of here quick.
The truckers have had no radio contact with Ernie for 40 minutes.
Look up here. Poor little possum, look at him. He's shaking his head, he's been burnt.
It's an agonising wait. But the fire truck returns alone, unable to battle through the blaze. For Ernie Harvey to get out, he'll need to drive through a wall of flame.
Oh, look.
Ernie's made it out.
Pretty wild up there, mate. The wind changed around southerly and come back at us on our containment lines. I had no choice but to come back through the flames. Otherwise I would have been stuck up in there, so she got pretty hairy up there for a bit. So I was lucky to get out, really.
With the fire front about to hit, the team need to get out fast and make it down the mountain.
The fire's jumped the containment line up there. In other words, it's jumped the fire break, so this is where it's heading for. Where we are now, this is the way it's running. We want to get out, because no one wants to be in the middle of this when it comes racing down through them gullies. I'm coming out.
With not a second's rest, the radio brings another urgent request for a dozer.
Halfway out.
The fire has reached the edge of town. Homes are burning.
There's some bad going down out there. No matter how hard we go, like how hard we go to get these dozers there and how hard they go to put them tracks in, it's just another kick in the guts every bloody day. Going out to fire break around the house might be a little bit too late. Fire's going around the house here already, apparently, so these boys are going to have to absolutely get cracking up here. Get the f***ing thing out of the way!
The house just over here and the fire's coming at it rather fast.
The fire reaches the fence line and the trees surrounding the house are already alight.
Fire, she's racing through there, heading straight for us.
With the dozers off the trailer, Ricky needs to clear out fast. The fire is racing towards him.
We gotta go in a minute. There's nothing we can do, so we best get out of that.
Suddenly, the wind changes direction, and Ricky is driving straight into the inferno.
Flames that tower over the truck, both sides at the same time, and it's terrifying. First thing that comes into your mind is, what do? Do I just slam on the brakes and go backwards, or do I just hold it flat and get out of it? You're full of diesel, you've got hydraulic oil spilled over you from the dozers, and that stuff's flammable, and that's the scary part.
Ahead, the wall of fire is impassable. Ricky needs to head back the way he came.
Where the f***'s the Denison turn off?
But he can't find a place to turn his 20-metre trailer around. Eventually, he spots an opportunity.
Back there, she's just had a big blow up and She's just gone, hey, all up the side of the road, across the road over into the Denison side, and she's just beating us at every turn.
It's been a day of defeat. Finally, some good news.
Oh, you never believe it, we've got a victory. I got a fire breaking around Hines' house. The fire just blazed through, blazed around the break, still burning a little bit here and there, and it's gone. Gone back the other direction, so. Victory, saved his house.
And there's more good fortune. A desperately needed rain shower.
It's got to help in ways, I suppose. Keep the fuel damp and the grasses damp and stop it from travelling so quick, which gives everyone a chance to sort of get in and extinguish it or get some brakes around it.
The war against the fire is far from over, but today's battle has been won.
Pretty good, actually. That something actually turned out good for once, rather than going home feeling depressed of the night. We've had some victories. The first since it actually started. Because we want the big bugger out. We won't give up on it. We'll just keep going.